I thought Pierre was going to snap today because he always does. Maybe it's because his daughter isn't here. Usually he snaps when Pierre Poilievre is quit speaking. Like he tries to kick him while he's down.
But it doesn't surprise me. He's choosing to sit with the Conservative Party of Canada because their leader won't even get the necessary clearance to get the necessary briefing to keep Canadians safe. It's irresponsible, Mr. Speaker.
There it is. That's what I was waiting for. Poilievre's down and out. Now I could freak out.
Order.
One large coffee. Clinton Jaws, I thought we'd try to watch Question Period this way. Real. I haven't watched. It's live right now. What time is it? It's 11:18. It's going to start any second. And no, I don't live in a motorhome. Okay? I wish I did. My house is right there. It's 1 foot away. This is just convenient for now. And yeah, I don't know if this is going to work out. I really don't. I don't like the angle. I don't like looking at the TV and you guys seeing my bad side. Is that real? Well, or is that my bad side? I got two bad sides. I look gorgeous and perfect straight on, even though I'm not straight on right now. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. It's awkward. But I thought I'd try it. Let's try. I want to try something new. Is this new? I think it might be. I don't even know if I'm going to air it. Honestly. I don't even know if Poilievre is there. Or Trudeau. I assume they are. It's Wednesday.
On it.
He did not get laid in school.
Oral questions, questions orales.
Let's do it. Oh, yep, they're here.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Oh, French.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to fast forward this part.
Mr. Speaker, Canada made a promise to everyone.
Hello?
It's very simple. Work
Somebody
hard.
Just knock on my door?
Get a big paycheck.
Mr. Speaker, one of the most fundamental responsibilities of any Canadian Prime Minister is the safety of Canadians. Unfortunately, the Leader of the Opposition has failed at his responsibility to keep his own MPs safe from foreign interference. So I have asked the security services to figure out a way to give some information to the Leader of the Opposition.
What a great guy.
That he can actually fulfill his responsibility of protecting Canadians, including those within his own caucus.
Oh, he wants to protect them.
It would be easier if he got a security clearance, but I've asked them to give him some information nonetheless.
I had a security clearance. Did you know that?
Mr. Speaker, I know that the Prime Minister has told his caucus he's not sleeping. He's pulling his hair out with stress because of his caucus revolting against him. Now he's spreading tin pot conspiracy theories rather than answering the question. 80% of Canadians now believe that home ownership is only for the very rich after he doubled the cost of housing in 9 years. I came forward with a common sense plan to axe the GST on new homes, saving up to 50 grand on a new home. Why won't he accept my plan to axe the tax and build the home?
Bring it home, bitch!
Let's talk about women. In Alberta, Daniel Smith, the Premier, is privatizing healthcare and giving it to Covenant. Covenant refuses to give abortions. That is clearly a violation of the Canada Health Act.
What are they going to do?
Does the Prime Minister
agree?
Yes or no?
Hear, hear. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
We're talking about abortions, not women.
Mr. Speaker, we are the government that has stood up for women's rights unequivocally across this country, including pulling back transfers to provinces where abortion services and reproductive health wasn't being delivered. At the same time, Mr. Speaker, we're moving forward with more ways to protect women's rights. Just yesterday, we presented a Ways and Means motion that's going to mean that pregnancy crisis centers will have to disclose whether or not they're actually offering the full suite of reproductive services and rights to women, or whether they are going to leave women without support and without choices at an extremely delicate time.
We need more abortion!
The Honourable Member for Burnaby South.
It's her body, her choice, not her body, Conservative Party's choice.
Conservative Party's
The
for
Conservatives
abortion.
have revealed a new plan for a cut. This
moron.
time they want to cut in the Affordable Housing Accelerator Fund.
Thought they were cutting abortions.
And now the Bloc wants to support them. The Bloc had some power, but they weren't able to do anything to resolve the housing crisis in Quebec. People need affordable housing, not infighting. Will the Liberals finally wake up?
Say abortion. People need abortion.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker,
a lot of French today.
I'd like to follow up on the first part of the question from my honourable colleague on the fact that the Conservative Party continues to attack women's rights.
They're not against it. I'm going to play something for the pleb. I'm watching this right now. Listen.
Polly, if government would not introduce or pass legislation restricting abortion.
There you go. Straight from the pleb. On Twitter.
Abortion is health care. 1 in 3 people who can get pregnant will need abortion care in their lifetime.
Good God.
But for close to a decade, this Liberal government
3?
failed to remove barriers, letting Conservative premiers cut access to abortion. And this Conservative leader secretly voted 5 times to take away the right to choose. Canadians want to see access to reproductive health care protected. Why have the Liberals not enforced the Canada Health Act to protect equal access to health care, including abortion?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, my daughter is in the gallery today, so I want her to hear me as long as everyone else does. This government is unequivocally pro-choice. We will always defend a woman's right to choose. Full stop. That's why, Mr. Speaker,
what about a man's right to choose?
Back funding from provinces that haven't been
How about the baby?
Access to abortion in their jurisdictions. Why we will continue to enforce the Canada Health Act. But, Mr. Speaker,
why would you bring
it is
your
the
daughter?
Conservative Party with its dangerous attack on women's rights that should have people worried right across the country. At a time where we've seen Roe versus Wade overturned, attacks on women's rights, the Conservative leader can't stand up and defend women's rights.
He's winding up. He's winding up. Here we go. He loves doing this.
Remind the Right Honourable Prime Minister and all members, please, to not make mention to people in the galleries. It is against the rules of this place.
Yeah, you idiot.
Alors, s'il vous plaît.
Order, please.
You know, I feel bad for his kids because they're called Trudeau. And they got to live with that for the rest of their lives. He's with this kid at a Coliseum and they're saying, F Trudeau. F. Could you imagine? If I was Prime Minister, I'd be keeping my kids away from question period.
Which is crazy.
That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're going to wrap it up soon, okay?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
please.
saying? Okay, done.